Hi, if you're here, you likely have questions about the electric school bus route analysis tool. My name's Ryan, and I'm here to help. The tool can help you determine the energy usage and charger power needs for your unique bus routes and conditions. Results are based on real world data, so it's a great place to start, but you should still consult with your bus and charger manufacturers and other electrified fleets in your area before moving forward. Let's start with the instructions tab. It has detailed explainers for every input and result broken down by color. The most important one is section 5. It has 3 inputs that drive the tool's results. Each one is in a default. Most of you will want to leave them there, but you can change them by clicking these input boxes. The first input is the risk factor. It considers how driver behavior, terrain, auxiliary loads, and anything outside heating and cooling will affect bus efficiency. There are 3 options: low, medium, and high risk, all which affect the bus efficiency differently in the tool. We have defaulted this entry to high risk because it's likely that all routes are going to experience days with poor efficiency, and we're planning for our worst case scenarios. You can change the selection here. Second input is battery degradation level. All batteries will lose energy during their life. This entry reflects the lowest percentage anticipated at the end of life. It's defaulted to 80% based on average warranties. To use a different percentage, just type in the new number. The third input is minimum state of charge. It's the lowest percentage you want a battery to reach along its route. The default is 10%, but you can change it based on your risk tolerance. Just remember, selecting a higher minimum state of charge may result in oversizing your battery. Now let's talk about the route analysis tool tab. This is where the main data entry occurs. First, enter the lowest temperature you expect buses to operate in. The options start at 30 degrees and drop to -20. If you don't know your lowest temperature, visit this NOAA link. Selecting lower temperatures will reduce bus efficiency, increasing the expected energy usage along routes. Next, we'll go over the route info data entry in the Tools Orange section. You can enter or copy your route-specific data points into the tool. So for example, we'll start with route number. I'm going to keep it simple and enter a 1. And morning route distance, it's the total number of route miles before the return to the depot. We'll say 30. Morning departure time, this is when the bus stops charging and leaves the depot. Just type in full time, say 6:15, space, and an A for AM. Morning return time, this is when the bus returns and plugs in. Same thing, we'll say 9:30 AM. Afternoon route distance is the total afternoon miles. We will say 40. Afternoon departure time, this is when the bus leaves the depot in the afternoon. We'll say 2:10 p.m. And the afternoon return time is when the bus starts charging overnight. We'll say 5 p.m. A note here, if your route has midday requirements, ensure you add the mileage and time to either the morning or afternoon entry, whichever the time frame is closest to. For example, if you have a 20-mile route that starts at 10:30 and ends at noon, I would just go in and add 20 miles to the morning distance, making it 50, and I would make the morning return time 12 p.m. The next step is bus info in the gray section. Start by selecting a bus type from the drop-down selections in column A. Then choose the specific make and model in column B. Now you'll see available buses of the selected type. You can choose your bus or toggle between models for different results. If you do notice any makes or models missing, please contact us at cleanschoolbusta@nrel.gov. Up next, the blue section, it covers heating and midday charging. The first column is cabin heaters, which have the largest effect on bus efficiency. Your options are an electric heater. If heating's required, it's recommended you start here. They give fleets the greatest emissions reductions and save you from adding more heating elements. Second is an auxiliary heater. If the tool indicates an electric heater is not compatible for you, or if you live in extreme cold, this option's for you. Last is the not applicable option for fleets not using cabin heat. So we'll select electric for our example. The second is a yes or no about whether you're charging midday. Unless your utility rate disincentivizes this, you'll likely select yes. Charging midday can reduce the bus battery size and the charger's power level and save you money. Now let's talk results. The first green column shows the max energy used in kilowatt hours during the day. If you're charging midday, it'll reflect the highest usage of morning or afternoon routes. If you're not, it'll reflect the energy used on both. I'll show you an example here. In Route 1, yes, charging midday with 92.3 kilowatt hours used. If we select no, it will show that we're going to use 184.5 kilowatt hours. The second green column shows the estimated minimum charger power level in kilowatts. This output helps you choose your charger size. If this column says not compatible, it means the route energy usage is more than the maximum kilowatt hours available with the selected options. So you can see when I select no to midday charging on Route 1, that is changed to not compatible. Therefore, this bus model and electric heating does require midday charging. Let's look at another example in route number 2. The selected bus model and options are still not compatible despite using midday charging. To fix that, I can select a larger battery. So we have IC bus. Let's upgrade to the 210 kilowatt hour battery. Now it shows the route can be electrified. Cold weather folks will want to pay attention here. If I change the expected low temperature to -20, you can see these 3 routes show not compatible, but changing them to auxiliary heaters fixes that. Remember, some bus models are only compatible with DC fast charging. If that's the case, column R will show requires DCFC or DC fast charging, as it does in this example on Route 3. At the end of 2023, that only applies to the Thomas C2 Jouley, so exclude level 2 chargers for those buses. The final yellow section is charger selection. In column S, choose a size greater than but closest to the estimated level in column Q. In example route 1, it has a 17.5 kilowatt. In column 2, column Q, the dropdown in column S contains standard charger sizes. Let's select 19.2 since it's closest but greater than 17.5. A green fill and black lettering mean the charger is compatible, and if used during the times listed, will keep the bus state of charge above the level in column T. Let's toggle it to 16.6. Red lettering indicates that the battery stated charge will fall below the required minimum that was selected in the instructions tab. Here that is 10%, and you can see 7%, which is lower than 10. Change it to 9.6 kilowatts charger. So a red fill means the charger is too small for the route with current selections and will not be able to fully recharge the battery. Let's finish this up with another example on Route 2. It has a suggested charger result of 49.3 kilowatts in column Q. So I will select a 50 kilowatt charger. So if that 11% minimum was too low for my risk tolerance, I could move up in size, but here that meets my requirements. For Route 3, I will select a 16.6 kilowatt charger. But if I toggle to 15, which is below the level in column Q, the charger will still work along this route. You may notice this particularly with lower powered chargers, and that's why we call column Q an estimate. Let's talk best practices. When electrifying, try to opt for smaller bus battery sizes and lower power charger options to save cost. In this example, I have a number of longer routes that likely require larger bus batteries. But I can change Route 5 to a smaller battery and still electrify the route with a similar charger. When evaluating multiple routes or full fleet electrification, it's best practice to choose one size level 2 charger that'll satisfy everything. This makes maintenance, training, and repair of your chargers much easier. The same goes for DC fast chargers, but you may want a couple of size options for routes that need more power. That wraps up the training. Thanks for joining us. Please reach out to us at the email address on the screen if you need any help, and we're happy to answer any questions. Thanks.